Hi, Pearl Jam community. This is Chrissie Ferguson from the Wishlist Foundation. I'm here with two incredibly talented sound engineers, Beckie Campbell and Willa Snow, and we're going to be talking to them tonight about their careers in the live music industry and how their careers have been affected during this pandemic. Most importantly, at the end, we're going to talk about how we can help those who are in need, who have lost their jobs, and see what we can do to help. So we're going to start by talking to Beckie about her career. And so, Beckie, can you start by telling us a little bit about the B4 Media Productions, the company that you own?
Sure. We started B4 Media Production about 6 years ago. And we do a lot of small festivals, hometown concerts kind of thing, all up and down the Treasure Coast of Florida. And then nationwide, we're doing a lot of corporate events for people, or have in the past been doing a lot of corporate events for a lot of nonprofit organizations, things like that.
Okay, great. And then you've been in the industry for 19 years,
That's correct? Yep.
Okay. So prior to the industry shutting down, you were working with the Indigo Girls.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with working with them?
Yeah, I run front of house for them, and we travel all over the United States doing concerts and stuff. So last year I was on the road with them full time, and in conjunction with doing my job too, at the same time with B4 Media. So their tour schedule runs a little different than most, just because they've been touring for 30 some years. So now they have families and things, so we go 2 or 3 weeks on, then 2 weeks off, and do that. So I'm able to do both. It's been awesome and a lot of fun.
Oh, that's great. And how has your career been affected by the shutdown of the live music industry?
I tell everybody I'm basically retired now. That's, but all joking aside, we've been shut down both business-wise and also just freelance work that I do. Nothing really has been going on. I've been able to help a few churches with streaming and getting that online and stuff like that for them. But as far as, clients go, nobody's doing giant corporate shows like we have been, monthly and stuff to get board members or anybody. All that's now on Zoom. And then touring is shut down as well. So even my backup for my backup's gone at this point.
Well, now, before this, tell me how you got involved in sound. You were about 18, right, when you kind of switched over in college and decided that this is what you wanted to do?
Yeah,
or was it prior to that?
I took some time off for a while, and then I went back to college in my early 20s, and just went after live sound. That was what I always wanted to do. I just had this. I honestly, if I could sing, I would be on stage. I would be a performer, but I know that I have a horrible voice, and I could hear that. So, I always had the dream of being the roadie and following people around and helping out. And my first show that I got to stand backstage and assist a monitor engineer, I couldn't think of another thing cooler than that to do for a job. So, yeah, I dove in head first on that and have been doing it ever since.
So what's your favorite memory of your career so far, or your favorite time in your career so far?
I have a ton of them, but I will say possibly my favorite memory, which I think I missed this in other conversations we've had. I took a job just because someone called me and asked if I could do this job one night as a favor to them, and I said, sure, I'll go do it. It's an acoustic artist, and he's going to wear a headset as well as play and sing, because he's going to talk kind of like like just a little fireside chat type deal. And I was like, yeah, I'll go do that. And then when I got there, I realized the artist was Paul McCartney, and that blew my mind, and I got really nervous, and then it was just like the greatest day of my life.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm going to switch over to Willa now and find out a little bit about her career. And Willa, you are a little bit newer to the live music industry. Mm-hmm. And we talked before a little bit about how you kind of started with vocals and thinking that you were going to go that route. And so what changed your mind?
Well, simply put, I took a class that was required for my degree, and I just didn't leave it. it was required for me to take a class in recording arts at my sophomore year of college, and I initially had gone to be a singer-songwriter and doing, the whole Taylor Swift thing. And my first week in the recording studio was just, it's unforgettable. The minute I realized that there were all different types of microphones that each have their own tonal quality, and how you can use the space as an instrument in addition to the instruments themselves that are in the space, and really find a way to create soundscapes with the use of microphones, positioning, gain structure, compression, all of the little details that go into make up a record. The whole process just completely captured me, and I was sold.
That's awesome. So what do you think your favorite memory or experience has been so far in the industry?
Well, like Beckie, I already have so many. And I mean, I meet so many amazing musicians in my work all the time. I work in clubs and I work in theaters. I think probably when Jimmy Fallon came to town was probably my favorite so far, or at least one of them. I work at Bass Concert Hall, which is the large Broadway touring house here in Austin, Texas. And Jimmy Fallon decided to come and visit UT for a week. And it was the largest setup that we have ever had. We actually drilled holes into our space to make cable runs happen. And the crew is just absolutely A+, top-notch, amazing people, amazing technicians. And it was such a well-oiled machine. And getting that huge production to fit into a space within a certain amount of time was such an amazing experience to see how all of that worked. And it was a lot of work for just a 15-minute show, but it was amazing to experience and be a part of installing that production into our rooms.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Now, what advice do either of you have for young men or women who might want to get involved in this industry? I guess after the pandemic.
Now. Post-pandemic.
Post-pandemic. Well, Beckie, do you want to start, or whoever is ready?
Go ahead, Willa.
Well, there are a million different ways that you can get involved in the industry. A lot of people start by running sound in their churches or their schools. If there's a summer camp that is like a summer theater program, that's a great place to start as well. If you are old enough to go to shows, if you like what you're hearing or even what you're seeing, if you're interested in lighting or any part of production at an appropriate time, feel free to come up to the front of house booth and just say hello and introduce yourself. I mean, always when it's an appropriate time, but most of us, we're giant nerds and we love to share what we do with people. So, and we'll talk about this Celebrity Blue. Oh yeah, absolutely. And like, we're more than happy to answer questions and just hang out and answer anything that we can.
Okay, thank you. What about you, Beckie? Do you have some advice?
Yeah, I would say just be willing to do anything. If you show up on stage or you're around people like that, hey, can I push a case? Can you teach me how to do this? Can I tape something for you? Can I change your batteries? Any of the little things that are annoying to most of us, that I would love someone to say, hey, can you show me how to do that? And can you help me? I love that. I love anybody who's willing to jump in. I will absolutely show you how to do something if you've got the willing spirit to do it, because I think that's what's going to carry you through, this industry for sure.
Right. All right. Well, thanks. Now, what do you both think that we can all do to help? Carrie Keys is, obviously through SoundGirls, she is providing gift cards, $100 gift cards for those who are in need. You have to apply for those gift cards for gas and groceries and other things. But what do you think the biggest needs are right now? And is there any way that we can help other than donating to SoundGirls for those gift cards?
I think one of the ways that people can help is, a lot of people are at home and Zooming and Skyping and doing all sorts of things that they haven't, and are frustrated with how their sound is or how their lighting looks or whatever, reach out to some people, throw it on Facebook, say, hey, is there a professional engineer out there? We're all sitting home. So we know the skills, we have them, we can teach you or show you, even with a Zoom call, and I've done that a few times with a bunch of people around town and some of my friends even, just here, let me jump on my, FaceTime and show you how it's done, and I'll flip it around and show my computer, and and then they pay you a little something, and that way we're making a little bit of money when there's no money to be made, and they're getting a little bit of knowledge when they don't have any. So I think it's a really good trade-off for that.
And people can also reach out through SoundGirls if they have, if they're interested in getting help or from you or anybody else. It's a
Absolutely.
big support, correct? Yeah.
Yep.
And Willa, you're involved, aren't you involved in SoundGirls in Texas?
Yeah, both of us are. I am the Austin chapter head, and Beckie is the Florida chapter head.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you all support everyone else through, are there message boards, or is there a way for them to email, or how can people best reach out to you or other people for advice if they need help?
If you post on SoundGirls or email soundgirls.org, you can get through to SoundGirls that way, or on the web pages. You can reach me through my website at b4mediaproduction.com.
Okay.
And you can reach me through my website at willasnow.com.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, ladies, for your time. And we are hoping that this pandemic is over soon for everyone, but especially the live music industry, because as Pearl Jam fans, we are greatly missing our live music, and we're missing being together. And so if you would like to help, please check out wishlistfoundation.org to see the website and the ways that you can reach out to help. And of course, please go to soundgirls.org. Reach out if you are in this industry and are in need in any way. You need advice. You want to apply for one of these gift cards. Please reach out. Know that we're all in this together. No one is alone. And we just thank you girls so much for your time. And hopefully we'll be seeing you on the road sooner than later.
Here's
I hope so.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, ladies.
Thanks, Chrissy.
Bye.
Bye.